And enjoy
I don't
some
see any
great
corn. I don't see any corn.
And
It's on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
It's on Sunday.
and have a chance to be entertained thoroughly. We have Matt Sinovic here, Executive Director of Progress Iowa, and this is a pretty big deal that, folks, you're going to want to pay attention to.
Yeah, so on Sunday we have the first ever Progress Iowa Corn Feed. It's at 2 o'clock downtown Des Moines at Simon Estes Amphitheater. We have a terrific lineup of progressive speakers from across the country and across the state. Senator Tom Harkin, Congressman Dave Loebsack, Representative Joaquin Castro from Texas, Governor Lincoln Chafee, who's a candidate for president, and even Ben & Jerry, the ice cream guy.
The Ben & Jerry?
The Ben & Jerry will be here in Des Moines at Simon Estes, 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon.
Now, some are saying this is the new Harkin steak fry. Obviously, he's speaking, but is that what this is becoming?
Sure. Well, there's definitely, now that Senator Harkin retired, there's this gap in the fall calendar where there used to be the Harkin steak fry. And that's a lot to live up to, but we just wanted to provide an opportunity for progressives around the state to hear from local and national leaders about how we can move our country forward and really just have a good time. I mean, politics can be a fun, you can have fun and learn and get engaged in your community and get politically active all at the same time.
So what would you define as a progressive?
So it's
Who are you
someone,
reaching out to?
Please.
Yeah, sure.
Who are you reaching out to? Who is this event for?
So progressives are people who believe that that our country should work for middle and working class folks, that people should have equal rights under the law, and that probably at its core defines what a progressive means. So it's really looking out for the little guy and making sure that working people are protected and know that that's how we grow the economy. That we need to make sure that working class, middle class families can be stronger, not just those at the very top.
All right, now when you guys are speaking...
Well, doesn't everyone feel that way? Like, don't we? I mean, to me, that just describes everybody, or at least I guess we all hope to.
Well, a lot of people do,
have
but
those,
sometimes the
thoughts.
policies don't always reflect that.
I think a lot of us agree on
yeah.
the goals, but it's the how we get there, maybe.
Sure.
But yeah, this is. I mean, it's going to be beautiful weather.
Oh yeah.
To change the subject.
Just heard the weather report a little bit earlier, so yeah. Looks like we shouldn't.
Great speakers, but we also just saw on the screen some great entertainers. As well.
Oh yeah, Bluebird Pace and Crow, who I think was
friends
just,
of ours.
Yeah.
Just here,
Yep. So basically, when people walk in at 2 o'clock, they'll start hearing live music right away from Bluebird Pace and Crow. There'll be a number of different progressive organizations from around the state that are using this as an opportunity to organize. There's I think between 15 and 20 organizations that will have a booth there. So people will have the chance to. There'll be a photo booth. There'll be a lemonade stand. There'll be cotton candy given out. There'll be a dunk tank. I mean, it's going to be kind of a
Can
fun
we duck our
atmosphere.
legislators, or who are we
actually, I think I'm not going to give anything away, but you just show up on Sunday and you'll find out.
The answer is yes, but who? That's the question. Who is going to sit on that little collapsible seat?
Do we just show up, or do we have to get tickets for this?
Yeah, sure. We're encouraging everyone to purchase their tickets online in advance. You can go to progressiowa.org/cornfeed, or you can call 515-423-0530. But there will be a limited number of tickets at the door. But because every attendee is going to get corn on the cob, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, drinks, stuff like that, we really are encouraging people to buy their tickets in advance
and
if you
how
can,
much
so
are the
that we
tickets
can
in
plan. The tickets are $30 in advance, and you can get them online. So
there you go.
All right. Once again, if people want to get more information on this, what's the easiest way to go?
To go online, progressiowa.org. The link is right there on our website, or they can call our office, 515-423-0530.
How long will the event last?
A couple hours, but 2.5 hours.
Okay.
So a nice Sunday afternoon.
So get home in time to
get home in time for dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I bet there'll be some lingerers too on a day like that.
Yeah, it'll be a really nice day. I mean, we're encouraging people to bring picnic blankets, lawn chairs. There will be seating available, some seating available up toward the stage. But yeah, just make a day of it with the family and come out to Simon Estes.
Use as an excuse to get out of the house.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. Well, thanks for coming over.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
So much. Thank you so much. It is 9:28 right now. We will be
Next time I want sweet corn.
right back. This is a great day. everybody. It is 9:30. Welcome back to Great Day on KCWI. And joining us in the studio, as he does each and every week at this time, is our good friend Brian Duffy. Is he giving you a little insight as to how he comes up with some of the characters of the politicians that are floating around this state of ours?
And they are characters.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. I'm caricaturing characters is what I've been doing for how many years now in Iowa?
Is your arm tired?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, do you think any of these...
you hear about tennis elbow, I have cartoonist elbow.
Cartoonist elbow.
Now, do you think any of these guys are going to start falling out anytime soon? Or do you think they're going to stick it out till November?
Well, I think that we saw a couple of them, a couple of them are in trouble as far as money is concerned. So I think you might see... somebody like Perry drop out, or Santorum. I mean, Santorum will go as far as he can with whatever money he has, even if it's a couple of dimes, and if he can bum him a ride someplace. I don't know if Perry can continue. He's lost quite a few staff members, and he's down to, I don't know, very little money. So they might. But this thing is a toss-up. This could go the same way that it did back in 2012, where you have somebody rises up, disappears, next person rises up and disappear.
Right.
We have so many of them out there that it's going to be interesting. And the fact is that we don't have the Iowa straw poll to really kind of set or give a picture of what's going to be happening down the road. So, we're kind of flying blind here, other than polls.
Well, let's get to it.
All right, Hamilton Law Firm bringing you Brian Duffy here this
I'm going to
morning.
need more papers. What I'm going to Good God.
More paper.
It's in the budget.
It's in the budget.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. So this time we're going to do Marco Rubio.
All right, now what's the first thing you noticed on him?
Hair.
Yeah, hair. Yeah, hair. But here's the thing. What is he known for? I mean, what? If you were to talk about him, what has he done in the state here that you could say, all right,
Hit a kid with a football.
bang, there you go.
Well, in his defense, it was a decent pass.
It was a decent pass.
You got to catch the ball with your hands. You can't let it go to your body.
Not your face.
Well, not your head. I mean, it's
Yeah.
So
Many were saying, we had one of the men that worked for his Iowa campaign in studio with us, and he said this is kind of exactly what his campaign needed, because it got him some attention.
this is not the attention you want. I mean, seriously, if you want to, if you're looking for attention, okay, but it's not. It's kind of like Gerald Ford hitting his head on, the airplane door. You just don't. That's
going to turn into an SNL skit.
Yeah, you just don't want that to happen. You want the positive things to come out. So, if you were to ask Iowans, like I just asked, they saw that video. That's about the only thing that they know about him, and it's fine for them to say, well, we're gonna play it by sitting in the middle of the pack and see what happens. Well, that's okay, unless the pack runs away from you before you can do anything.
Well, and it's the opposite of Trump, who has been very good at constantly keeping the spotlight on him, one way or the other.
Well, and he does it, and it's effective, and everybody thought that he would blow up, but he's not going to blow up. So, what the rest of them have to do is maybe move the subject matter away from what's going on with Trump and what he's saying. See, Trump is setting the tone, and then the rest of them have to follow.
He has kind of a youthful face.
Well, he's 44 years old.
True.
Rather kid-like. So yeah.
So he's
9 years to the good.
yeah. Okay. So he's about 30 years older than Dee's nuts, is what I'm getting.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah.
That's the true
Yeah,
point I'm trying to make.
I'm going to have you draw him, too. Before it's all
You know
over.
what? I've done a cartoon on that. I'll send that in to you.
Yeah, Dee's nuts,
good.
we're still waiting for you to come in, so just so you know. Okay.
We really should have him
He's
in.
a
That'd be
cute
great.
individual.
I think you can get school credit for coming down here.
Yeah, I think so, too.
See, and that's the other thing, is I don't think a lot of people know where he stands on a lot of issues.
I would agree. Yeah, you're
And
right.
he hasn't said very much, and he
Like what his favorite video game is. And,
right. He was at the
important
state
things.
fair, but wasn't he there when it was a little on the rainy side too?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that was a
So that didn't help him, and I think
long
that
rainy day.
I think that the oxygen was sucked out of the attention when Trump came and Bush. Well, Trump just took all of the oxygen right out. But as far as Rubio is
This is
concerned,
great. Duffy, I was saying the other day that I think the protests at the a soapbox had become my favorite part of the state fair.
Well, you know, there were quite a few people that came from Wisconsin to
Yeah.
to protest Walker,
Yeah.
which I think is a mistake because, truthfully, that issue is not the one that they want to focus on.
They were focusing on the union thing, and
On the
you're
union
saying
thing.
they should focus on the economy, right?
Well, they should be focusing on what's gone on in Wisconsin
Right.
since he's been
Right.
elected, and that's a completely different story.
Now, Rubio first becoming kind of famous in the media for drinking a lot of water
Yes.
during a Republican response.
Right, and that water bottle was going to be sitting right down
Because
here.
that's-
Oh, good, good. I was just going to ask you. I hope there's a water
yeah.
bottle involved.
Because that's what we focus on as a country, or important.
Well, we focus on the
Important
silly
things like
and the well, we focus on what the media is really focusing on, and
Yeah.
that's that's stuff like this, and it's not what he's been saying, but he really hasn't been saying that much. I'd like to see him step forward a little bit more because I think that
Yeah, his pass would have been a lot more tight spiral-wise if you just stepped
Right.
forward. Yeah.
step into that pass a little bit more. And while he's passing, he also ought to think about starting to be more aggressive on campaigning in Iowa.
And if you kind of
Getting his
Google his
message
name
across.
right now, that's kind of what's coming up, that he needs to really get going in the race
I
if he
love
wants
that.
Yeah,
to
because he has a potential
be doing something.
right now to slide down or to move up. And if he just sits where he is and expects the other candidates to drop down, he could, in essence, be dragged down by that same motion. So, he's got to be able to do something right now that can kind of boost himself up.
Okay,
So we'll
there
keep
you
an eye on
go.
that and see what happens. These drawings are awesome,
Oh,
man.
thank you.
I really enjoy these. They're so
Thank
cool. All right, folks, we'll be right
Next
back.
week, D's nuts.
9:38. This is Great Day.